Question takes under 10 minutes, and you'll see if your business qualifies for this tax refund. No charge up front. It's contingency. So you don't get paid until your business gets paid, unless your business gets paid. And businesses of all types qualify, including those that do PPP, nonprofits, even if you've had increases in sales during COVID. They are experts in this payroll tax refund program and have returned $3 billion to businesses. In my business, they got me a 6-figure refund. So to find out if your business qualifies, go to getrefunds.com, click on the Qualify Me button, and answer a few questions. Getrefunds.com.
SoCal weather from KFI. We've got a mostly cloudy day ahead. Rain coming after midnight for the next couple of days. Highs will just be in the upper 50s to lower 60s, and it looks like we should get snow above 3,500 feet. This report is brought to you by Echo Park. Let's get a look at your drive with the KFI in the sky and the 105.
The 105 westbound at Long Beach Boulevard crash in carpool lane. Delays started about 6:05 on the westbound side. Also, we're seeing some problems if you're headed westbound on the 91. A couple of different issues. Westbound 91 Weir Canyon crash in lanes there. It's slow out of Corona. And then beyond that, it looks like more problems up ahead. Imperial Highway, another crash there, blocking the left lane for fast track lanes. And even further west, yet another problem. Westbound 91 around Raymond, crash there being cleared as well. All in all, as I mentioned, slow out of Corona. And in Bell Gardens, crashing right shore of the 710 northbound past Florence. It's slow for Rosecrans. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Will Coles running.
Hello, I'm Amy Erin, founder of Madison Reed, a hair color company I named after my daughter. I started Madison Reed to give you the most gorgeous hair color made with ingredients you can feel good about. Are you tired of drugstore hair color? You deserve better. Spring is here and the forecast calls for the best hair color ever. Upgrade to Solano quality hair color that nourishes and improves the condition of your hair without any harsh odors. It's easily done at home and we deliver it to your door. Plus, our hair color matching technology makes picking the right color easy, fast, and accurate. For a limited time, new clients get 15% off plus free shipping on your first online order. Visit madison-reed.com/promo. Take our online color quiz to find your perfect shade. That's madison-reed.com/promo. Try it. Love it. That's the beauty of Madison Reed.
Sickness can spread fast. But with Lysol, you can go into protect mode and prevent cold and flu germs from spreading any further. For the things you touch, nothing kills more viruses on more surfaces than Lysol disinfectant spray. And when it comes to your laundry, adding Lysol laundry sanitizer kills 99.9% of illness-causing bacteria. Lysol, what it takes to protect. Use as directed.
War, inflation, and over $31 trillion in debt. It's looking like 2008 all over again when millions of Americans watch their retirement savings disappear. And if you have $50,000 or more in your retirement savings, you could be at risk again. We could be looking at a recession worse than 2008. So don't wait. Call 855-838-GOLD to get a free gold IRA kit and learn how thousands are diversifying their retirement savings with gold and silver. That's 855-838-GOLD.
The legislature said, what do you want us to do? They couldn't figure out why the gas prices are higher in California, right?
For 8 years now, they've been trying to figure out why is there 20 cents more per gallon in California than other states.
But they want the gas prices to go higher. Secretly, this is fine with them.
John and Ken.
They'll never say that publicly, but that's the truth.
Live 1 to 4 p.m. on KFI.
And on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app.
Technologic.
KFI AM 640, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Bill Handel here and Rich DeMuro, because it's Tech Tuesday. Rich on Tech, Saturdays 11 to 2, is social at Rich on Tech. Okay, let's go to what I do on a reasonably regular basis is I order Uber Eats. And so what's going on with Uber Eats these days? Other than some bad food in my case.
Well, I mean, bad food and food that's typically cold when it arrives. So
Okay, so Uber Eats, I don't know if you've heard of this concept, virtual brand. So if you scroll through any of the delivery apps, there are a whole bunch of restaurants on there that you've never heard of, and they serve things like wings and, grilled cheese sandwiches and cakes and cookies. They're called virtual brands, and this has become a really popular way to market brand restaurants that do traditional restaurants, but they just kind of come up with different brands they want to offer. So let's say you run an IHOP and you say, well, let's do a virtual brand of just melts. And so these have kind of taken over the delivery apps, and people are very confused. Restaurants are gaming the system by offering 20 different restaurant names under the same brand, and it helps them just build business. And so Uber said, you know what, we got to crack down on this because it's getting to be a bad experience for the end user. They said I think they had 40,000 virtual brands on Uber Eats, up from 10,000 in 2021. And so basically, you're going to start seeing a lot less of these virtual brands there.
All right, so I'm a little confused as to what this happens. I go to Uber Eats and I look at the restaurants, and I am ordering per specialty meal. I mean, you were saying, for example, a melt, and if I want a chicken melt, that's the only thing that the chicken melt restaurant has?
Exactly. So let's say let's say IHOP, for instance, okay? So, IHOP serves burgers, but they're known for pancakes, but they also serve salad. So what IHOP might do in an effort to game the system is have different virtual brands that offer that item. So they might have Salad Works, and then they might have Grill Works, and they might have Wing Works, and they might have Burger Works. So that when you're searching for burger, you say, oh, restaurant just serves burgers. They must be really good at burgers.
So
when you look at these,
No, I'm sorry. So they basically are ordering from a restaurant that serves one thing. Who's gonna buy that, Rich?
But it's all coming from the same place. That's the thing. That's why it's called a virtual kitchen.
No, I get that.
Actually, it's all coming from the IHOP.
Right.
They're saying, look, if we say that this is just a burger restaurant and we come up with this fancy little burger name, people will be more apt to order from there because they trust it more. They think it's a burger place.
Yeah, I like the idea of a restaurant serving one dish. I'm jumping on that one for sure. No, but I understand your point. I get it. They're promoting their signature dishes, and that's what they are promoting. Okay, fair enough. So when Uber is talking about cracking down, what does that mean? Simply saying no, and how do they know?
Well, that's the thing. So what's happened is, I gave the big example of like an IHOP, but the smaller restaurants, they got hip to this, and they started realizing that if they started making up virtual brand names for their different kind of sections of the menu, they would get more sales. And so now Uber Eats is saying, no, that's too confusing. And the way that people would figure this out is when you're scrolling through the app, you would say, you look at the address of the restaurant, you say, well, hold on, I live in that neighborhood. That's not a cookie store. That's a Buca de Beppo or something, because Buca de Beppo is one of the big brands that does it as well. And anyway, so people were just very confused as to like, where are these restaurants coming from? How are these brands? Where are they originating from? And anyway, so Uber Eats is basically saying like, you can't do this. You can't make one restaurant into 27.
Makes sense. Apple, they have a new classic music app that comes out today. How many people listen to classic music?
That's a great question, but clearly, I think more will starting today, to be honest, because Apple has done something that nobody's done in a very long time in classical music, and that is they gave it a fresh look, they gave it a fresh feel, and they actually gave it metadata. And so the problem with classical music is that if you don't know anything about it, you don't know how to find it, you don't know where to look, and if you really want to see the different composers and the way that these things have been arranged, there's not really a good search engine for that. And so Apple went through and they really did their homework. They went through and cataloged thousands of works and cross-referenced them and gave them way more metadata than they were before, and a separate
next station's demographic, or the average income, and by the way, we're number 2, or we were number 2. Our average income listener is very high, and theirs was double that, which means, of course, advertisers love that, except there were only 4 people listening to the station, which means it went out of business. But what you're saying, or what Apple's thinking, is there is enough out there that this really has legs.
Well, I think what Apple's thinking is that if this music is easier to discover and it looks and feels like a current music app that people are used to nowadays, they're used to the quality of the songs, the quality of the recordings, the way it's been, they literally hired artists to come up with new painting pictures of all of these composers from back in the day. It's little things like that. Like if you look at a picture of Beethoven, it's the same picture you've seen on the internet 27,000 times. Apple said, you know what, let's hire an artist to come up with a new modern picture of this guy so that it looks a whole lot better and it fits into this app better.
So you're better, yeah, I understand. So if you're seeing Beethoven in a mullet, you're going to be more apt to listen to the music, right?
Yeah, he's holding an iPhone in the avatar now. So, I mean, it's much more modern and music today.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And by the way, these apps, and they have hundreds of thousands of apps, if not more. How many of them actually make a substantial amount of money?
Oh, a lot. Bill, every year I go to what's called WWDC, and I think the last payout number has been like $20 billion to app developers. Now, a lot of that, like you said, is kind of like to a lot of people, but here there are a couple main players. But here's the thing. In the U.S. right now, you can still, as a regular person, code an app and still make a substantial living. I interview these people all the time that just come up with an app idea, and they make a really good living based on a 99-cent subscription or a yearly, whatever it is. And it's just regular people that sort of know how to do this stuff. And if you have an idea, you can still do it with Apple, and their platform is pretty good for that.
All right, Rich, always appreciated. Saturdays right here, 11 to 2 o'clock on KFI, and he is at Rich on Tech with the social. Rich, thank you, and we will talk again. Catch you over the weekend. Coming up, America's unique gun problem. This is in light, of course, the Nashville elementary school shooting that happened yesterday.
Can I stop you really fast? Have you watched the video?
Yeah, well, by the way,
body cam
I
video?
was going to say that that's available right now. There is video available on KFIAM640.com/video. I'll explain that when we come back.
I've never, 30 years, I've never been captivated. Like Tyler was just saying, I just sent it to him, and he said, my God, his heart racing. I've never felt like I was in a real life, I don't know, video game or something. It's unfreaking believable. KFIAM640.com/video.
Okay, we'll come back. Matter of fact, Jennifer, live in the KFI 24-hour news.
So this body cam video that we're talking about, it is the footage from one of the officers in Nashville who took down the school shooter. I know, deviating here from being a newscaster, but when you watch this, you guys, it is from his perspective. So you feel like you are this person going through the school with the gun, watching as the doors are being cleared, watching as they're saying, go, go, go. It's kind of like Blair Witch Project, but it's a real life thing. So it shows the cops entering the Covenant School, shooting and killing the 28-year-old transgender former student they say murdered 3 kids and 3 adults. Now, the officers were met outside. They told the school was on lockdown. You even see a couple of the teachers coming to them saying, we can't find 2 kids, that kind of thing. Then they start going door to door, floor to floor, and they're looking for the shooter. Officers then confront the shooter. Now, the whole thing happened only minutes after officers arrived, and I'm warning you, it is extremely dramatic, but it is seriously some of the clearest body cam video I've ever seen in all my years of reporting. KFIAM640.com/video. News is brought to you by Sweet James Accident Attorneys. 2 armed home invasion robbers hunting for a cash-filled safe in Westminster have settled for a homeowner's wallet. Police Commander Kevin McCormick says the first robber spied for and was wearing a dark hoodie with Nike printed on the back.
The second suspect, they believe him to be Hispanic just based on his voice. Approximately 5'10", wearing a black hoodie with writing on the front. Dark colored pants, black gloves, and black shoes, and he possessed a handgun.
McCormick says the two men smashed a backsliding door Sunday night to get into the home. Investigators are asking for any surveillance footage that may show the men speeding off in a light-colored four-door sedan. LA Metro's approved the hiring of 48 new transit security officers. Their primary objective will be to deter bus operator assaults and code of conduct violations. 2 people have been arrested in Greece for planning attacks in the country aimed at causing mass casualties. Police say the people were allegedly part of an overseas terrorism network. Officials say they're being held at police headquarters in central Athens. And political groups in Israel have started setting up teams to negotiate with the country's prime minister about his plan to overhaul the judiciary. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu made a speech yesterday delaying the plan following mass protests across the country.
He spoke very clearly, saying he felt that there were elements in Israeli society which were seeking to pull society apart, and it was his job to make sure that this country remains safe.
ABC's James Longman says the reality is that Netanyahu paused the legislation but did not have any intention of scrapping it altogether. His announcement came after a mass demonstration against the firing of his defense minister, who had spoken out against the planned judicial overhaul. We'll get a look at your drive with BKFI in the sky after sports with Wayne.
Mike Trout scored first in last night's Dodgers-Angels Spring Training Freeway Series Game 2.
There's a 3-2. There goes Ward. High fly ball to center field. Well hit. Back goes Thompson to the wall. It is gone. Home run. Mike Trout, a 2-run home run. His first home run of the spring.
The Halos went on to win by a score of 5-4. That series concludes today at 6. Ryan Pepio will start for the Dodgers. The Halos have Reed Detmer set to go. You can hear that action in HD on the iHeartRadio app live from the Galvin Motors broadcast booth. In hockey, the Anaheim Ducks were buried by the Colorado Avalanche in a 5-1 defeat. And the LA Kings are at the Calgary Flames today at 6. I'm Wayne Resnick, KFI Sports.
Your home is worth a ton of money relative to what it was several years ago. And if you're looking finally to borrow money, and interest rates are going to go up, so you want to grab them before they go up substantially, now's a good time to pull the trigger. And if you're looking for $75,000 or more, and finally now is the time, let me suggest HMS Capital can help you borrow that money at the lowest rates out there. Service impeccable. I've done 2 mortgages with HMS Capital, so I'm clearly a fan. No appraisal or credit report fees. HMS Capital, that's where I'm going to suggest you go. As I said, no problem with a recommendation here. Call 833-255-5698. 833-255-5698. Visit hmscapital.com.
HMS Capital Funds, DBA Corporate Environment, MNLS ID number 2427. HMS Capital is licensed by the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act. License number 4130360. Equal housing lender.
SoCal weather from KFI. We've got rain starting.
Police reported ahead.
After midnight, could be heavy tomorrow and Thursday. A couple of inches of rain are expected across Southern California, and our snow level should be around 3,500 feet for the next couple of days. Right now it's 54 in Laguna Hills and 43 in Santa Clarita. Let's get a look at your drive with BKFI in the sky. This time we're checking out the 105 again.
105 freeway westbound at Long Beach Boulevard. Crash in the carpool lane as traffic stopped up back from the 605. Pretty solid there. Just a crash in Rancho Cucamonga, I-15 southbound at Foothill Boulevard. That's in the number 2 lane, coming from the left. We're slow back from the 210. The westbound side of the 10 freeway, pretty slow getting away from Vermont all the way on out into the West LA area, pretty much just up to about National, almost to Overland there on the westbound 10. If you are trying to get out of the valley, southbound side of the 405 is really filling in now from, looks like about Nordoff all the way down through the Sepulveda Pass down to about Sunset Boulevard. And in Bell Gardens, that's crash still on the right shoulder, 710 northbound past Florence. You're on the right back from Rosecrans. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Will Colesrider.
Hello, beautiful. I mean...
Police reported ahead.
Karen, founder of Madison Reed, a hair color company I named after my daughter. I started Madison Reed to give you the most gorgeous hair color made with ingredients you can feel good about. Are you tired of drugstore hair color, you deserve better. Spring is here,